Or to this a suggestion VA channel member. Guys, what is this title? Grave warning issued after AI carries out first large scale cyber attack. AI. Guys, didn't Sarah Connor warn us about this? I'm almost positive. But either way, let's go and jump into it.
Things are happening quickly in the Caribbean. The Secretary of War named the military operation down there Southern Spear, and President Trump has reportedly been briefed twice this week on options to strike inside Venezuela.
I sort of made up my mind. I mean, I can't tell you what it would be, but
Right.
I sort of made up my mind.
Our next guest, Senator Bill Hagerty of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
Southern
Senator
Spear.
Hagerty, how much longer are we going to have 15,000 soldiers and sailors off the coast of Venezuela before something happens?
Do something. Let's hear this.
Well, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see the flow of coming into this country dramatically reduced. I think President Trump is sending an incredibly important message. We've got 15,000 troops there. The USS Gerald Ford just moved into range there. That's an aircraft carrier and the destroyers with it. That's an impressive strike group. I think we're going to demonstrate we're not going to allow these cartels to move across our southern border. We've done everything we can to stop the human trafficking, the trafficking that's coming across land. Listen, they are 3,000 youth in my home state every year. The largest of young people in America between the ages of 18 and 45. 100,000 young people every year in America are dying from. President Trump is taking this very seriously. He's designated these terrorists. He's going after them, and I think they need to get the message. And the amount of pressure that he's putting on the region right now, again, they're all in international waters. Let me be clear. They're in international waters. They're not operating in inside of any country's boundaries.
I mean,
but what they're doing is demonstrating our resolve, strong resolve, to stop the flow of into this country, to stop the murder of young people here in America.
I agree. I agree completely with most of what he said here. The problem is that, guys, yeah, we're definitely parked in international water, absolutely. But that really doesn't mean much. I mean, it means something like legally, obviously, right? But understand this here. Maduro is sitting here like, bro, why are they 3 miles from our actual border? Like, understand how close we actually are in some parts, guys, right? Now, do I think that Trump is just going to go ahead and say, we're just going to go ahead and invade? We're just going to go ahead and do this. I don't really think so, but if it happens, I'll be absolutely surprised because I don't know how we're going to justify it specifically without any type of provocation. Obviously, the reason why we're so close to their border, even though we are in fact in international waters, right? Is in my head, at least, okay, understand, I'm going to give you my opinion here. I definitely believe that we're just trying to poke the bear, right? Because the only way we can get justification to invade is if they were to do something absolutely nefarious to one of our submarines, destroyers, aircraft carriers, anything. You get what I'm saying here, guys? I mean, that's the only way I think it could actually be justified, because again, it is a sovereign nation. It is. We can't just walk through the door with our military, guys.
And like you were just talking about, on paper, this Southern Spear is all about, but the focus is not on other places right now with big problems like Colombia and Mexico. It's just Venezuela. Why is that?
Well, I think what we're doing is demonstrating, again, resolve with a country that is operating way beyond any bounds of normality. Maduro is a thug. Maduro is essentially a terrorist. He's emptied his jails into America. You think about Trinidad Agra operating in my state and across this nation. President Trump is sending a very strong message to this nation to stop it, to put it, to put this back in the box and quit preying on America.
This is valid.
A different subject, a terrible first for the world this week. A Chinese-backed AI tool hacked about 30 places, including some financial institutions, without help from humans. So what is to stop these AI tools from wiping out the 401ks or the bank accounts of everybody watching?
Jeez.
Well, I think it's important to know that China used Anthropic, which is a U.S.-based tool. The only reason we know about this is because it's U.S.-based, and Anthropic disclosed the fact that its Claude model, its large language model, had been hacked and used for these nefarious purposes. Luckily, we do know about it. Anthropic is doing a number of things to address this, to stop it. I met this week with David Sachs, our AI czar in the White House. I met with a number of AI officials, the CEOs of AI companies in Silicon Valley this past week. This is something where we must lead. We must stay on the cutting edge of innovation. And from a regulatory standpoint, I want to make certain that in Congress, we're not doing anything to stop the ability of these cutting edge companies from operating here in America, being putting us in a position to be way ahead of China so this type of thing doesn't happen and we can stay ahead of the competition here.
About 2 years ago, we tried to get the Biden White House talking about these threats from AI, and everybody in the room literally laughed. Listen to this.
There's an expert from the Machine Intelligence Research Institute who says that if there is not an indefinite pause on AI development, this is a quote, literally everyone on Earth will die. Would you agree that does not sound good?
Your delivery, Peter, is quite something.
It sounds crazy, but is
It's
it?
true.
All I can say is that there's a comprehensive process in place.
Yeah, guys, listen. If you were to go 10 years ago, let's just go back 10 years and speak about AI, speak about the dangers of AI. Like, what was AI at the time? Basically nothing, right? Like, you understand like how fast everything is happening. Like, if AI is growing at the pace that it's currently growing at, right? Being able to basically recreate videos, photorealistic videos, where it is absolutely tricking elderly people on a daily basis, guys. All right, understand? Like, because now it looks real. It just looks like a real thing that we're encountering. Understand, over the next 5 years, like, Nvidia is probably going to absolutely just like blow up in terms of its stock price. But not just that though. Anything going into AI or any job that can basically be replaced by AI is definitely absolutely in danger. And wherever there is good, there is in fact evil. Like, so you see ChatGPT 5.0, et cetera, right now. It's absolutely amazing, right? If they created a good AI, they also created a bad AI, guys. All right. And a lot of our adversaries, I can only imagine, right, would be looking to absolutely procure that specific technology to do everything within their power to take us down. You get what I'm saying here, guys?
How about now, Senator Haggerty? Is this funny?
You know, I think what we're seeing is there really are serious threats. And the biggest threat of all, Peter, is if we step back and allow China to lead here, if we allow our adversaries to lead. Look, we understand what China's motives are. They floated a spy balloon over our country.
Yep, sure
they
did.
steal intellectual property on a regular basis.
All the time.
We need to make certain that leadership here in this field remains in America, that leadership in America is what everyone in the world is using, not Chinese models, but American models. Again, this is a critical national security issue. I think,
like
as you
the
said,
idea.
we've seen it manifest itself just recently with these 30 countries that have been infiltrated. This competition is going to continue to mount. And again, I say we need to have the strength and the capacity here in America before all other nations.
And the last question, why isn't the extent of the damage done by this AI hack being made public? The full extent.
Well, Peter, the fact of the hack being made public, I think, is incredibly encouraging. It would never happen had the Chinese used their own models. The fact that we know about the hack, the fact that Anthropic is working on it, the fact they're talking with leaders right now about how to address it, I think that's critically important, and it's a step in the right direction.
Senator Haggerty, thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Things are just going to get worse. Right. There definitely needs to be like some type of legislation, like specifically set up to kind of counteract some AI type of things. Maybe not every single model should be released to the public. Let's just say this year. I do think that if the government has it, we should obviously have it. You know, the Second Amendment. You get what I'm saying here, guys? But to a certain extent, there are going to be bad people utilizing AI to do terribly bad things. And I think that's just like the current reality of the scenario that we're kind of living through here, guys. Right? Now, in terms of everyone starting to utilize American models rather than Chinese models, that would be great, right? We would just need to kind of compete, if that makes any sense here. Not saying that we do not at this moment, but just understand this here. They pay their people a lot less than we do. And because of that, they have the ability to basically bring, a lot of talent, specifically in China, that were educated by America, right, into their region, specifically pay them just a little bit more than everyone else is, basically, and utilize their to build whatever is needed to be built. I think that's just kind of how that's going to go there. Now, when you guys know, I have a Part 107 drone license. So let me explain why I'm saying this here. American drones are terrible. Chinese drones are better. right? And this may sound crazy, right? It's, you know, it's based on like AI and imaging and all these other things, but like I've used a lot of drones within the last like decade, and I can definitely tell you consistently, um, DJI is like it's it, right? That's it. In terms of its like intuitiveness, et cetera, et cetera. Some of the like Huawei cars that are coming out right now are wild, right, for the price point. So what I'm trying to point out is that we need to have the ability to compete. That's it here. And China, as of right now, based off of all of the intellectual property theft, I think right now is they had a leg up. They didn't build nothing. How about this? They built everything, but didn't create anything. But now that they have all the plans, et cetera, they're basically utilizing all of these things against us. So we basically dug our own grave since the 1970s, 80s, 90s. Specifically with China, we're going to have to find a way to bring back a good amount of the industry back to the United States of America, and also make it so that if the Chinese company specifically has the ability to sue an American for something, then we need to have the reciprocal ability, at least, to sue in China. I think if we fix those things, we'll probably come out, you know, solidly on this year, guys. But we definitely need to make it so if they're going to litigate in the United States of America, we have to be able to litigate there. That's it. No more Chinese nationals suing Americans, guys, until we can actually sue them. Fair is fair, guys. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies. And I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings. And we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry, right? Listen, like and subscribe.